What's some juicy gossip you just found out in your personal lives? My uncle told my parents that he needed money because he borrowed from the Chinese Mafia and they were threatening to kill him and his family or something. My parents sent him some money and then 2 weeks later he posted a pic with a new car. Edit. My uncle said the money he borrowed was to pay off his house. Edit 2. He did not actually borrow from the Chinese Mafia. He didn't even get a new house. More clarification. We are Chinese Malaysian. Most of our family lives in Malaysia while we live in the US. People used to ask us for money. BC my parents started a good business here. My barber got 2 different girls pregnant, neither of whom are his girlfriend. Prices have went up a little bit, but the phone calls I overhear are worth it. Lol. Edit. Wow, thanks for the gold and silver, kind strangers. I feel like I finally made it in life now. Haha. Best thing I read. Now I go sleep. Edit. I guess this is what they call getting rich while sleeping. And thanks everybody for the good sleep wishes. It was a good sleep. XD didn't think this would blow up like this. Why waste time? Say a lot word when few word do trick. Some girl in our year at school posted on Facebook the other day how her boyfriend had supposedly cheated on her. They had a full-blown argument in the comments just on Facebook for everyone to see. Yesterday she posted a picture of some keys tagging her boyfriend in it saying just bought our first house together. Oh my god. Becky, look at that crust. We got a new boss like a year ago at work and we've been hating it. People are getting written up for petty and suspended and losing their bonuses. I'm a good employee, but this stuff finally caught up to me too, and I got written up for getting injured at work. Long story. I don't play, so where it said employee comments on the write-up I said see attached, and typed out a 3-page defense talking about how I thought it was unfair, and how I thought people had been getting treated unfairly for a year now. The next day I got called into a meeting by my boss, and his boss, and his boss and an hour's rep, so they could grill me about it. By the end of the meeting we had all figured out that it was actually the hour's rep who had been screwing with people for a year now, and the anger shifted completely away from me and onto her. I went around and told everybody about it. We are going to make this bitch pay. Please make a post on some revenge or tell subreddit and link it here when this all comes together. I don't understand people like this. What did she stand to gain? I think she thought it was her job to come down hard on people and disrupt our work as much as possible, and the fact that she accidentally was having the blame deflected off her made it all the more easy. How did you guys figure out it was the hour rep? I was talking about how I didn't think it was fair that my boss kept writing us up for petty things and my boss's boss said it wasn't him, it was the new hour lady cracking down. My boss just delivers the slips and he gets nervous when he does it, so he smiles like he's enjoying it. Nervous smiling is a curse. I grimace when nervous and it looks a bit like a grin. It's not good. I just found out that one of my work colleagues who just returned from a 2-week expensive holiday with his wife in Iceland has just found out his wife has run up about £50,000 debt on numerous credit cards. Oof. That's a large amount. What did she spend it on? For a start, she paid for her sons from a previous marriage university fees without telling him. I'll never get this mentality. Like I'm going to spend an obscene amount of money and pray my spouse doesn't notice. That would probably be divorce time for me, no joke. Dragging a spouse into huge amounts of debt without their knowledge or consent? How can you ever trust someone after that? You can't. Debt is not some simple problem that can be fixed in the blink of an eye for most people. One of the girls in our group of friends has never really gotten over her ex that left her 3 years ago. She will often bring him up when drunk and it has really hampered her dating life. He lives thousands of miles away, and today he posted a picture of him sitting with an attractive dude getting coffee. They are holding hands and their legs are touching. We were all sitting around the TV hanging out when she saw the picture. Shell shock is the best description for her face. Would this make it easier to get over someone? Always figured the idea of that person still being out there and available is what drives you crazy, but seeing how he bats for the other team now pretty much ends all that hope. Edit. He could be B-U-A-L. It definitely did for me. In the 2 last years of high school, I was madly in love with a guy. We never had a relationship, but we were close friends. I had feelings for him for months. Then one day, while we were gaming, he goes, "I have to tell you something" on voice chat, and told me he had feelings for a guy in our year. It was a soothing feeling mentally. There would never be a year, but what if I was thinner, smarter, better looking? There would never be a what if with him. The guy liked dick and that was it. I couldn't change that about myself. My feelings abruptly stopped, and I helped him get a date with the guy he mentioned. I was told that my great-grandfather kept the family farm in business by blatant and repeated acts of insurance fraud. I know a guy who got his friend to marry him so he can get a green card, except his friend was already in a relationship. Not only did my friend get married, he also inherited a boyfriend-in-law. Now the 3 of them live in the same house. Are you sure this isn't just a sitcom you watched? But I think I would legitimately watch this if it was a show. Edit. Till that a bunch of shows have done this, notably Shameless, U.S. Thanks Reddit. Sounds like the start to a terrible sitcom that slowly gets more heartwarming before being cancelled after the first season. My soon-to-be ex-wife and I separated in August 2018. She decided to end the marriage because she concluded that I would never trust her after she had an affair for more than half of our 15-year marriage. We tried to reconcile for 2 years, during which time she repeatedly told me that she had changed and that she'd never lie to me again. But I kept catching her in lie after lie. Now, she is seriously dating a guy since at least December, and she's cheating on him with another guy. Remember folks, she has changed. Gotta remember, if they cheat with you, they'll cheat on you. This. I wish I could have a conversation with myself 10 years ago. I could have saved myself and others a lot of trouble. Long story short, I was friends with a married couple and ran off with the wife. 3.5 years later, I caught her messing around with my best friend. There's way more to this, but I don't have an hour to type it all out. Edit. I took the time and wrote out more below. My cousin has been together with his wife for 14 years and has had a girlfriend for just as long. Neither of them knew about the other. He got caught because of an image on Facebook. His wife's sister posted a family picture which my cousin was in and got recognized by his girlfriend's sister's acquaintance. He got away with that for 14 years. I'm always amazed when I hear stories like this. Like, how TF do you have time to lead 2 lives and not have them mix? I barely have enough time to see my BF. No idea how I could take on another relationship. And how do you respond when they want to meet your friends and family? A friend of mine had 2 kids with a guy who worked in oil fields. He worked in 3-month-long shifts, where he would travel to another state, then come home for 3 months, then travel again. They were together 7 years, married for 5, when she was doing laundry and found a second cell phone in his pants. Turns out, he had been married for 10 years to another woman, who he also had kids with in his work state.